Let's talk a little bit about you being mayor. What was it like for you?
It was a great experience. Actually, it was interesting. I learned a lot of things. I think probably one of the most rewarding things about the last 6.5 years serving as mayor was the new people that I've met and seeing things happening in the community. One of the things I learned early on was that in politics you got two choices to make. You can either make things happen and create controversy, or you can just sit back and collect a paycheck and just basically not create anything, just keep everything operating, and everybody stays happy and nothing changes. And I guess one of the things I learned was that I couldn't do it that way. Mm-hmm. I felt that if the community was paying me to do a job, it was my position to do my job the very best I knew how, and that meant getting things done. That meant basically moving the city forward, doing projects, doing things that I felt needed to be done, and the community, needed. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, when you do stuff like that, not everybody's happy.
Right.
And but again, I've always looked at my job as not a job that you have to make everybody happy, but that you have to do what's right. And there was a number of controversial issues occurred in the city during my tenure, which some people, there was, the 83 sewer separation project caused some concerns. The aquamarine rezoning and tax abatement. There's people have been out of shape about that. Mm-hmm. Our Berner program, caused issues. I mean, all things that were done to make the community a better community. In my mind, the lake house. Lake house is another good example. It was one of the first battles I took on with our council. We had this property that the city had bought prior to me coming into office, and they were going to make it into an open air pavilion on the lake. And I'm looking at these plans, and I thought, well, this doesn't make a lot of sense. We'll never really be able to use this thing. We had a couple incidences that just were devastating to the community. With the drownings and the lake. And you're in a position where every TV camera's in your face, every reporter's in your face, and you got to say things. And what you say, you got to weigh it very carefully. But you don't have a lot of time to go to your press room and craft a statement a lot of times. So you really have to know what you're doing at times also. Avon Lake is a great community. And I think we proved it's been a great community in the 6.5 years I've been in office. I mean, ranking as the top suburb on the west side of Cleveland, out of 62 suburbs being ranked, Avon Lake's the first time we've ever broken into the top 5. Mm-hmm. We were number 4 in the greater Cleveland area, the best on the west side. So Avon Lake is a great community to live in. But Avon Lake had gone through some rough years as far as public perception, image, corruption, whatever you want to call it. My two predecessors both left office in handcuffs, mm-hmm. and that was the impression too many people had of Avon Lake. Ran again in 2003, and of course, the last election I lost. But, again, that happens simply. You serve enough years in office, and if you keep yourself below the radar screen, you do nothing to make any kind of changes, and you do just keep everything going in a good direction, most people are going to basically probably reelect you. If you go through office and you make a difference, and whether people think that difference is good or bad, that's what you have to weigh. And I think I made a difference. I think there's a lot of things that are a lot different now in Avon Lake than they were 6.5 years ago.